is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
Yeah, you can't just boss it around.
Everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our
Why
preparations.
are you hoarding information, lady? What's the point? What does it get you? Just tell us. Don't trust us.
You got trust issues with us?
No. Actually, I fear you don't trust me. So I'd rather keep certain things secret. For the time being.
Yeah.
Tortured logic.
It may seem that way now. But you'll understand in time.
Okay, whatever. Oh, wait, should we ask about the bed? I'm gonna get in hot water. She doesn't want us to ask her about the bed, I can tell. But I'm also such a curious being. I just want to know.
Heard about the bed. Really prefer to sleep on the floor? Wouldn't recommend it. That stone can get awfully chilly.
Frankly, I prefer a chill to bedding littered with red hair.
So upset about Triss, you gotta take it out on the furniture?
Would you prefer I take it out some other way?
Let's frazzle.
Geld, I don't want to seem like a vindictive shrew, but that very bed is where you just happened to fuck a dear friend of mine. Yes, I know, you'd lost your memory. Whatever.
Triss didn't, though.
Let us agree that I
Triss
will
isn't a
refrain
dear
from
friend,
scolding
dude.
you, while you will stop mentioning that stupid bed. Agreed?
Agreed.
Splendid. On to more
Well, I
pressing
poked the
matters.
bear. I got what I got.
Fine.
I got what I got.
What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me forktail spinal fluid, the other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
Sounds like fun.
Alright, I'll talk to them. Anything else?
Yes. There's one other trifling matter.
What is it?
As you saw,
What is
my
it?
megascope's acting up in rather spectacular fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
It's urgent. Okay, but who?
Who you plan to contact? Or is that a secret too?
No secret at all. Ida Emian. Remember her?
How could I forget? Member of the Lodge, Elven Sage.
Exactly, a sage. As the name suggests, she should know a great deal. I'd like to ask her for advice about Uma. Satisfied?
Yes, it's nice when you tell me.
Your sorceress friends, the Sage and Not-So-Sage, they've let me down before. But if we gotta, we gotta.
If only you'd been this cautious with all of them. But no matter. Thank you for your
Okay,
patience.
you can't get mad at me, though. I had amnesia, and your dear friend Triss knew I had amnesia and still wanted to get with all this Jerryness over here. And she betrayed you that way because she knew I had amnesia and she knew we were a thing, and she still slept with me. It was kind of, the onus was like 1,000% on her at that point. She had all the information she needed, and she still slept with me. If she was a good friend, she wouldn't have slept with me at any point. I didn't know I was attached to anyone, and I haven't slept with Triss this game. So, there you go.
Alright. How do I find the source?
Use this Potesta Quisitor.
Potesta Quisitor? Sounds fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are.
Oh.
Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for?
That's what she said.
Ah,
That's literally what she
Poor
just
thing.
said. Grasp it firmly. Move it around
Thank
until it
you,
squeals. Not mad at us. She said thank you. She really is. She is mean to keep me keen. Like, she gives me, like, the tiniest little scrap of niceness. So that I will run her errands for her. Well, this is what Jerry wants. So we're gonna get it for you, Jerry. We're gonna get you a permanent place in Yennefer's heart and in her bed. Just for you, Jerry. Just for you. Okay, where's oh, I could be using the Potest Acquisitor. Potest Acquisitor. It finds potatoes. Cool. Where are the potatoes at?
Can't be far now.
So, Yennefer found a volunteer to walk around with that chirping stick after
Yeah, well, someone had to do
There
it,
you
dude.
are. Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot.
Nope. Warmer, warmer, hot. Gotta loot everything while we're here. Warmer, warmer, hot. Right here.
Ah, there you are.
What's in here?
Disturbance is coming from there.
What's in the box?
What's in these crates?
What's in the box?
Lambert made him.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. Alright, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on Uma.
Okay.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir. How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope. Thought so.
Babysitting. This little gremlin. Easy.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
Okay, Vesemir, you're so weird with him. You guys have fun. Hey, Lambert. Need some help?
What's this? Brewing potions?
No. Booze from potato peels.
Nice!
For my welcome back feast?
Actually, more like my farewell feast.
Oh, you're
Haven't
leaving?
heard? Madame Sorceress has requested I fortify the phylactery with power from the Circle of Elements. Says it's essential to lifting the curse from that monstrosity of yours.
Yeah. The monstrosity might be Ciri.
Realize that monstrosity, as you put it, might be Ciri.
Yeah, I heard.
Mind showing a bit of sympathy?
I call him like I see him. That's how I am.
Lambert, you're a dick. Irritating.
Irritating, you mean?
I thought you liked people with bitchy streaks.
So long as they're women.
found the best
Well,
of
at
it.
least I know.
Enough
I
about
know my type, and I
Circle
know
of
what I'm all
Elements
about.
awaits.
Let's go.
Don't sound too thrilled about all this.
I'm not. You know the trek to the Circle's no walk in the park. In more ways than one.
Fine, I'll do it, you
Let
lazy
me go
butt.
with you.
Well, might have more spring in my step with the famous white wolf at my side. So, you ready?
Let's go. Let's go, brother. Yeah, let's do it now. Why not?
No reason to
We're
wait.
all about
Let's
wooing
go.
today, and
Oh,
this will
meant to
make
tell
Our
you.
Lady
Can't
happy.
get to the Circle through the mountains.
Running her
Rockslide
errands.
blocked the pass last spring.
I want my torch back.
So we
please.
approach from the pond side, like when we did the trial of the medallion.
Exactly. Remember the way?
Not easily forgotten that.
He who returns with his medallion will prove himself worthy and may set off on the path.
Vesemir ever hear you impersonate him?
Yeah. Old man can't stand it.
Savola's breach. Still haven't patched it up?
Vesemir.
Lambert's the same
Doesn't
age as
bother
me.
though. Not expecting anyone to lay siege, and
I act
This
like
way I
a
got a
billion
shortcut
years
to the
older
pond.
than him.
Shame those Salamander assassins didn't punch a few more holes in our walls.
or finish the job and reduce these ruins to rubble.
Lambert, are you not happy to be a witcher? Why not? It's so rosy. Such a cushy life being a murder
Been thinking,
hobo.
We gonna swim across the pond?
No, I got a boat moored there. You know, for fishing.
Wow. Never took you for the fishing type.
I use bombs. I drop them in and then scoop up whatever floats to the surface.
Okay, I love that way of fishing, though.
Makes sense.
I love that that's how you fish, Lambert. It's a beautiful, beautifully chaotic way to fish. And it fits your personality to the T. Maybe we can be friends. Maybe you're not as big of an asshole as I thought. Come here! Come here! Come here! Ugh. Actually have to bump you guys out of the air? Kill you. There we go. And a kill. Gotta kill you. Excuse me, could you stay still for a second? Thank you. It's just a little bit of murder. Like, what's the deal? Why are you running away from me like that? Yeah, I want to finish it off. Come here. There we go. Apparently my steel sword.
Color me impressed. Where'd you learn them tricks?
It's an art. Learned it from this old master down in Zerrikania.
Yeah. Save that tale for your next sorceress.
What are you talking about? I learned all my tricks from old masters. Also, you gotta be cool, Lambert. You know, life doesn't actually make you cool. You gotta make yourself
better between you.
Seems so. Old man's dropped the moralizing, and I try not to piss him off too often.
Working out well.
Moderately. Castle's pretty big. Easy to stay out of each other's way.
What's
Damn
going
it.
on?
Moored it right here, I swear.
Line must have come loose.
Really. Here I thought the boat untied itself to go...
Lambert, you're such a trial.
Yes, well,
At least you're not as bad as them.
let me think. Yeah, 5 days back.
Guess I'm going bush hunting. Bushwhacking boats.
Hey! You're alive! When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Dodging's for cowards. Just slicing. Just slicing and dicing. Slicing and dicing. Nice.
Great.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Scenes for the week anyway. Witchers don't need eyes. Burn the shit out of Yeah. Let's have a little heart to heart with Lambie.
Really? You're a soldier? But why are you out of uniform? Oh, was it a black op? Are you a soldier of fortune? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't think I want to know. But this should be a piece of cake for someone like you. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Yeah, you drive that boat.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you. All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Lambert, what a drink. Lambert, that's so big. Then I'm supposed to drive those two lines and then drive it again. All the girls knows. He's got nothing shows. Lambert.
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
You're pricklier than yet. Oh my goodness.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al... What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me. Great. So you're ready to go look for Al? My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you.
It doesn't even sound right. I kind of want to investigate though. There might be some sweet food. Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of a fight. He's gonna get to say I told you so though, because it's for sure, like it doesn't even sound right. In my headphones, it's too weirdly echoey, it doesn't even sound right. But let's go kill it.
You step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? Seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
How do you get a foglet? And as my punishment for not guessing what it was, I don't get to fight with Nectar Whale. I get to slog it.
Whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. Find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Get up here. Let's cause some havoc. Vesemir, why did you become so uncool? He used to be so cool, and then he put shit like that. I mean, none of us should be late. We should be just like absolutely solidly built.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there, changing the subject like that. Nice try, but I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine? What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again! You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine? Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the Golden Rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming? Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia, and take...
Make this sword a nice oily boy.
Taking him to see the magic.
There's something else over there too, but I'm up for a fight. Let's go.
Straight.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live. So, don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us roll straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether you'd done anything wrong.
Don't mind me. I just live
One
here.
of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I don't remember what you're talking about. I killed so many
Oh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the Harpies? You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest, and my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she's affectionately known as Scintilla. It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy, in love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, He's still here in the city.
Why can't I fight them?
So you'll help me find her? Oh, thank you. You should probably take a look through her room. It's the one just by the front door. Maybe you'll find something the rest of us missed. Thanks. I'd appreciate it. All right, another time.
Like, if you were going to talk so big to the trolls, why you run away? Let's fight. Let's rumble. I'm ready.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the posture of a military man, though your garments are most peculiar. I pray to Mars your skill set won't be necessary here, but time will tell. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community.
Hey, the trolls on the ledge that I tried to get up and then I got up, they were level 10. I do need some troll livers, so we're just going to...
We've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I, until... But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment, like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you? 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries. Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric? Of course, what else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm. Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands. You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Killed him? Probably deserved it.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? Ah, I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
So much stuff when you tap that spinal fuel.
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Find some goat scent. Shove it up my nostrils. Time to go into sniffer dog mode. You're no match for my poker. Wolves.
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
That's what Esco looks like.
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you, I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people? I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen. So you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful. Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
But I mean, as long as they're a reasonable sorceress, then and I don't do them dirty.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here?
Yeah.
How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire. Perhaps when Proserpina brought you here, she planted the seed of Latin in your mind so that you could better serve her. Indeed. Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break? the Golden Rule. Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Meditate. I need some cat potion. Because it's so dark, I cannot see! I search all I do not have.
What have you discovered? What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed it. Strange, but well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Sentilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Citizen?
Tap that spark! Tap that. That's cool.
What were you two talking about?
The other one's
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him? A spit of a fauna career.
No, I don't.
We've lined up all the votes we need already. Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron.
Nice.
Got it?
Delicious final. Just take a shot of that.
Oh, you just made a big mistake. Malleolus is going to hear all about this, and he'll make you suffer the tortures of Tartarus while you're still alive. Stircum Adite.
You got here. Almost as good as the succubus layer we saw earlier. She just had like a couple flowers around hers, though. Oh, just like our horses hanging out here on the ledge.
What do you say to a little race? Could be
own fun, am I right?
You're a lame sow yourself. First to Kaer Morhen wins.
I mean, technically speaking, if my horse isn't built like a war horse, my horse should be faster. Because a war horse isn't necessarily faster, it's strong and it has excellent training. It's not supposed to be faster. Shit! Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
Isn't
Fear
the great
is proof
temple
of a
majestic?
degenerate mind.
Oh, that's too bad.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?" The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change. You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
Her head, and I was like, you know what she wants? She wants all these
Karen, you
tasks
say?
done.
And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
I'm good at doing tasks. Let's do it.
You do? Well then, have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
Literally, like, half the time, all I say about this.
I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too. Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too...
Does Lambert know anything about Megastones?
There is a small chance. I just don't...
Please. Lambert is mean, not stupid.
He's kind of dumb, though.
Enough. Ready for this conversation?
Sure you want me here? Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Didn't you just say you trust me?
Stop twisting my words.
Admiral Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynblade?
Hey, Ida!
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse.
If it was me, I'd be like, "Hey, Ida!"
It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech.
That would be me.
I see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Hélène, Kedmil folie, Gledev don eptenid, bondro isne iacus.
Take it you've heard the words before.
Yes, in legends. Of the kind that do